not be a positive thing because if you train staff, they're moving to another hotel.
Well, the skills would go with them as long as they stay in the industry. But I mean, the point is well made that in terms of from the consumer perspective, accrediting the property, we're aware that we also have to be conscious of that issue, which we have been taking into consideration. Yes. Sorry.
We haven't gotten a lot of those, and so I would need to train all crew members. How do you do that?
We have an unlimited package. I can give you some information. So if once you get to a certain point, from our perspective, if you want to train X number of people, we want you to train them. From our perspective, it's make it doable, so that when the customer sees it, they can go, yeah, you know what, I had a great experience. We want them to leave. If you think about travel, it doesn't matter how good the ads that we make are. I consume travel at the point of consumption, which is here, and whether I go and tell other people to come here or I come back, here's the staff, how I felt when I was in the company. Yeah. Mac?
Is this a complement to Tiger Cruise hotels? Are you teaming up with them, or are you sort of...
We're not, to be honest. We have a very different vision for where this is going and how we operate.
Okay.
So, I mean, for example, Stockholm Gay Network with, is Christina here? She had the lead. Christina Guggenberger, and also this is Magnus Lindberg from Visit Sweden. Yeah, and we're going to hear a little bit more about the campaign for Magnus, this video campaign on YouTube. The Stockholm Gay Network, for example, is tag approved, but they've also signed into Gay Comfort because it's a quite different product.
All the hotels in Stockholm Gay Network has to be tag approved before we can get on board.
And they're now all Gay Comfort approved as well.
Okay.
As well as the Arlanda Express, which I'm really pleased about. If you take the Arlanda Express, is that called Arlanda Express?
Arlanda, yeah.
But if you take that train now from the airport and you happen to be holding the hands of your partner, the staff that take your tickets are being trained in the Gay Comfort program. And I like that. That's a good thing about my job. It's a really good job too. Very good. Okay, so now, don't forget your own site. Any of this stuff that you make, Web 2.0 stuff, it doesn't just have to live in these places, YouTube, Flickr, Blogger, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn and Plaxo. They're business contact services. I will not, with the time we have, be able to fully explain every single one of them. But if you have questions or you'd like more help, please give me your card and I'll do follow-up emails to every card that I've collected next week. Copy of the presentation for you as well, and just anything I didn't cover here for time reasons. There's so much that we can talk about, but please feel free to ask more. But anything that we create here, content if you will, can also go on your own site. And don't forget that. It's not a bad thing to have it out there, but it's also nice to have it in-house as well as an asset. So if you create a great YouTube video, which has a gay travel marketing focus, you can have it on YouTube. You can either embed it on your own site, so it's playing from YouTube, but it looks to the consumer like it's playing on your own site. Or you can just get an MP4 file and you can just upload that onto your own site with the HTML. YouTube, video site. Flickr is photographs. Blogger is blogging. Weblog is what it means. It's where people will talk about this, that, or the other. You can create your own weblog about your own business, your own experiences. You can decide for yourself what will sell more stuff. Should it be folksy? Should I be talking, having a conversation? If your business works best like that, that's a good tone of voice. Or should it be authoritative and business? I mean, I write for Gay Market News, which is our blog, and I tend to take the authoritative tone, although sometimes if I'm feeling tired or I've had a really good experience, you know, the business speak goes and I'll just talk about what it is. But Blogger is useful. Facebook, which we've all heard about. Twitter, and LinkedIn and Plaxo. I'll just quickly mention Facebook kind of preceded Twitter. Facebook is where you go to facebook.com, you open up an account, and then you can upload stuff, content, video, photos, you can put in web links, you can write down what are you doing now. People become your friend. If you befriend someone in what this is called a news feed, which is what they see when they log in to facebook.com, they will see all of their friends, what they've been up to in the recent past. So that's what that does. Now Twitter is kind of like that on steroids. It's 140 characters and people are sitting around going, I am sitting on the bus.
I ate an orange.
I had an orange and yeah, I wonder where it all ended, you know. Some people have done very well. Ashton Kutcher, for example, has a lot of people following his Twitter feed. Oprah Winfrey does. Stephen Fry in the UK has done a great job with his Twitter feed.
Yeah.
500,000 people know what Stephen Fry had for breakfast. The question I ask though is, don't forget what it's about. It's to sell stuff. If we're here for marketing, I mean, you can personally tweet it. You can have an own personal account. Nothing to do with your business. That's great. But from my perspective, if I say what you should do or you want to find out what I think could work, if you're twittering for business, I reckon it's good to try and stay on the business track. Otherwise, people will start following you for business, but you'll start talking about that you ate an orange. And you can filter who you actually see in these sites. You might get filtered at if you're talking a little too frequently about non-business related topics, if you're using it for business. How you use it is entirely up to you. And LinkedIn and Faxo are kind of like electronic business card services where you can network and you can search for people and you can become friends again and learn about them and join networks and so on. Whichever you choose, remember your audience and remember why you're there. If the point is to sell stuff, then try and have that as your focus when you're uploading video and links and stating what you're doing. Or you may want to do it for growing network relationships. Some people that I've seen have a lot of friends, but they're very effective at making them really high quality friends that could do business with them in the future, so that they're happy to be social because those people will know them then, and when the business opportunity comes they feel, I already know this person, so that's possible. Remember, it can be public. Now, one of my cousins is one of my friends. That always makes me nervous if I'm going to do a really heavy gay business thing, and my 75-year-old auntie is one of my friends, but I mean, it's okay, Ben can handle it. But one of my cousins wrote something negative about her employer the other week, and I sent her a private email. You can send just an email that nobody sees. She put it on the public news feed, and I just said, you're talking about a government minister's office. Some people know where you work. They know who the minister is. So, you can be public, and you can filter what you actually read there. This is an example. I mean, there's no real rule if you want to use this stuff, but you could, for example, let's say we start with Flickr and YouTube, which, if you will, are kind of like content. These are pictures that move, and these are pictures that won't move. You can link from those sites into your site. So you could put a photograph in Flickr, and you could give it some keywords. And Google loves this stuff. It'll slope them right up. And if you go to images on Google, then you'll find certain keywords where people have deliberately put them in. We do it. If you look for gay market or gay marketing, I hope you'll find one or two of ours in there. But you can also link, you can put a web link under the photo when you upload it with a link to your own site. So you can get people to yoursite.com. Similarly with videos on YouTube. Facebook. You can take a video you put on YouTube. You can do two things with it. You can upload it directly as a video on Facebook, which is cool. You can also put in the web link for YouTube in Facebook, and it'll play it from YouTube. Sometimes you can do both. We tend, if we've got the time, doesn't hurt to do both. People will learn. If it's a video you want people to see, you want as many people as possible to see it, they can find it in two different ways. And again, from Facebook, it can link back to yoursite.com. Similarly with Blogger, which is your regular weekly, daily, hourly update, if you write one, can link back to yoursite.com. One of the things I think is important is talk with consumers, not at them. If you want to use this stuff to try and sell things to a customer audience. I chose this because this is a fairly radical thing that I've found a few weeks ago.